What is going on, guys? Gregos TV. I've had the Google Pixel 4 XL for about 72 hours at this point, and I wanted to give you my 72-hour review of it. So let's jump right into this. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is screen brightness on this phone. Now, I mentioned this in my unboxing / first impressions video, which if you haven't seen, it is linked down below so you can check that out. But this screen is very, very dim. This is 50% on the Google Pixel 4 XL, and this is 50% on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And I need a nice bright display when I use my phone, and the Pixel 4 XL just does not have a bright display. I really, really wish it does, because the display overall is really, really nice. It's sharp, the colors are really nice, and obviously you can turn up the brightness if you need to, just to get, more brightness. I can see it outside pretty much when I turn it up all the way, and generally on a day-to-day basis, I'll be honest with you, I keep it at about 75–80% brightness, which obviously is gonna kill the battery life more, but just know that the brightness is not that bright on this phone. Next, let's talk about the battery life on the Pixel 4 XL. I know it was a big talking point in the comment section of my first impressions video, so let me give you my results over the last few days. Now, here's a screenshot of the very first day I had this phone. You can see 2 hours, 58 minutes of screen on time with 57% of my battery left. And I was signed into all my apps at that point. So you were looking at probably about 6 hours of screen on time, which for me is pretty amazing, especially when I get usually 4.5, sometimes all the way up to 6 on my Note 10 Plus. The very next day, I got 5 hours, 2 minutes of screen on time. So it looks like it did decrease, and you can see 6% battery life on there. On the third day, I got 3 hours, 2 minutes with 42% left on there. So you're probably looking at, again, about 5 hours of maybe 6 hours of screen on time. Very good for me. I'm perfectly happy with that. Now, on the last day, which was today, I got 4 hours, 23 minutes of screen on time, and you can see 9% battery left. So you can see battery life is kind of not all over the board. It kind of settles somewhere in between 4.5 hours of screen on time, all the way up to maybe as much as 6 hours, at least for me. So I would guess that after time goes on in the battery and everything's completely settled on the phone, I'd probably guess for me it would settle in somewhere between 4.5 and 5 hours of screen on time, which isn't awful. It's not amazing either. Now, I know some people got even better screen on time than what I got. If you check out Zachary Anderson, who works for Android Police, he got 7.5 hours of screen on time with his phone. He got 7 hours, 22 minutes, and he still had a little bit of battery left after that. So you can get some amazing screen on time with the phone. And this kind of goes in line with battery life as well, and that is the fast charging on here. It's 18 watts, which is decent, but at the same time, when you're looking at some of these next generation phones, such as the Note 10 Plus, which comes in the box with 25-watt charging and all the way up to 45-watt charging, this kind of seems slow. So it'll fully charge in about 90 minutes, 87 minutes, somewhere in that range. So we'll just say 90 minutes. It'll fully charge from 0 to 100. With something like a Note 10 Plus, you can fully charge the phone in about 65 minutes. So you're saving about half an hour to fully charge the phone 0 to 100, but still not awful, but I would still like to see them have increased it, the wattage anyway, with the fast charging on here. Another thing to keep in mind with the Pixel 4 XL is occasionally it does run a little bit warm. I was using it, I've noticed, like just going through social media and not really doing much of anything that was like strenuous on the phone. I noticed if I used it for like, 30 minutes straight just playing with the phone, it would get a little warm on the back here. I don't know if it just needs a software update to fix some of the things in there, but it's something to keep in mind. I mentioned this in my first impressions video, and it's kept up to this day. The just overall performance of the phone is awesome. It's one of the things I absolutely love about this phone is how fast it is to do whatever you want on this phone. I think you're gonna absolutely love it. For me, it was like just, now the Pixel is, like I said, super fast, and so is the Note 10 Plus, but the Pixel phone definitely feels like the smoothest phone I've personally used this year. I haven't used the OnePlus phone, which I know a lot of people rave about the smoothness about this, but overall, the smoothest phone I've personally used is definitely the Pixel 4 XL. Next, let's talk about the secure face unlock. It is one of the best things about this phone and one of the best things on Android overall because of the reason of two things. It is super fast when you unlock your phone. I can literally look at it and it unlocks my phone. You don't even have to touch it in order to unlock the phone. So it works at night, works during the day. It just works so good. They did an awesome job with that. So I'd love to see this secure face unlock to come with other phones. The ability for the phone to unlock without even touching it. The ability for it to be so fast. Again, just an awesome job. There's some work that needs to be done in terms of apps that need to be updated. Banking apps still aren't unable to save passwords in there because there's no biometric way to get that to work because they haven't updated their apps in order to use the secure face unlock. Also, password managers, those don't work currently either with biometrics because of the fact, again, they haven't updated their apps to take hold of the secure face unlock. So if you're getting this phone right off the bat, you might notice some things like that. That might be kind of a pain point, but all that stuff will eventually be fixed over time. So it shouldn't be a thing we have to worry about for too much longer. Now, one of the big things about Pixel phones, and one of the huge selling points at that, is the cameras on the back, on the front. Pixel phones are known to take excellent photos. This is definitely no different. It takes beautiful photos. It's something that, you're gonna absolutely love. I've been showing some of the photos I've taken with it. The photos are super detailed, very sharp, and they make you look real in terms of if you look crappy, you're gonna look crappy. You're not gonna be like smoothed over by some of the filters that say a Galaxy phone has. And they have some of that stuff built in here, but I just like to keep it, real with this. So keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna show you probably about 2 minutes of video, shooting video, comparing this to a Galaxy Note 10 Plus. So check this out. What's up, everyone? The ultimate camera test. I'm using both of these cameras. I have the Note 10 Plus and the Pixel 4 XL, and I'm just looking through both. The Pixel 4, remember, which I'm looking at right now, only records in 1080p on the front camera, but the Note 10 Plus records in 4K. So that's something you want to keep in mind if you are getting either of these phones. And I'm just holding these straight out in front of my face and just walking. There's no gimbal or anything like that being used. So hopefully you can hear the difference between the audio and also like which one looks better. And this is a controlled environment, obviously, in terms of there's no wind blowing. So we'll try it outside too, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're wondering why I'm holding these vertically rather than horizontally, at least on the front camera, it's because of the fact that most people, when they do video, I'm talking about your parents and you guys probably as well, you're generally using these in vertical mode when you're recording video, even though, horizontal or looks better because it's a widescreen video. But anyways, this is outside, backyard, just walking around, a little bit of wind going on, and I'm not talking that loud, just walking back and forth. Let me walk a little bit faster just so you can see which one stabilizes better. And it's sunny and then it's not. A little bit dark, and I know I can lock the white balance and stuff so that it doesn't change, but I don't know. What do you guys think looks better at this point? It sounds better indoors, outdoors with these two phones. Now, just to talk about some of the, the video that you saw just a second ago, comparing the Note 10 Plus to the Pixel 4 XL, the stabilization, I don't know why, maybe it was the way I was holding it or not. I've always loved the stabilization on the Note 10 Plus, but it just seemed a little bit smoother on the Pixel 4 XL, at least in my opinion. Video on the back cameras there was difference. Obviously, this was more vibrant and this was a little bit more natural, but overall, I thought they both looked awesome. They both were shot in 4K 30, even though this can shoot 4K 60 on the back. I kept that kind of even. And then on the front cameras, I definitely thought the Note 10 Plus looked better. It was sharper. It just looked better overall. This shoots in 4K on the front. This only shoots in 1080p. This didn't look horrendous, but this definitely looked better. And then also the sound, I thought the Pixel 4 XL sounded fuller, deeper than the Note 10 Plus, but it did pick up more wind noise outside, whereas this one didn't. Sound a little bit more more trebly. The last thing I want to mention about this phone, which is a big talking point, big selling point for Pixel before I give you my final conclusions, is Project Soli, being able to control your phone with hand gestures. I personally don't have that much luck with it. I know there's some videos out there that are like, oh, just barely move your palm over the phone. It doesn't work that well for me. And even if it worked amazing, I don't see myself generally using it that much. It's more of a gimmick, I feel like, overall to me. But other than that, I guess it's cool that it's in there. The part I like about it is the face unlock. I think that overall, being part of, I guess, Project Soli and being able to unlock your face with the phone really quickly is a great selling point. Okay, guys, final conclusions about the Pixel 4 XL. And I love the phone. I truly, truly do. I absolutely love the Pixel 4 XL. I think it is awesome on the back. I think it looks great. It feels great back here. It feels great around the edges. It feels premium. The front, not so, pretty, but it doesn't have a notch, which is cool. But it looks a little, dated on the front, but whatever. I can live with it. And it honestly doesn't bother me that much. Performance is amazing. The speakers are really good. The cameras are really good. The overall usage of the phone, again, really, really good. The things that hold me back a little bit about the phone are, I wish the battery life was truly, truly, truly amazing. It's livable for me, but I think hopefully next year, they'll put a much bigger battery in. But again, it still is a livable battery in terms of you can use it for most of the day, or if not the whole day. I would like to see faster charging next time. 18 watt, it's doable, but these newer phones that are coming out, or the phones that have just came out that are also flagship phones, have faster charging. So it's something I would like to see with the Pixel. And then lastly, again, the screen is just a little bit too dim. I would like to see them increase the brightness in a future variation of this phone. So should you buy it? Should you not? Obviously, it's truly up to you. If you need something that's maxed out to the gills software wise with like every tweak in the book, then get a Note 10 Plus. But if you're coming from an iPhone and you're not like into all the gimmicky stuff and all the software tweaks and all the crazy things that Samsung does, then get a Pixel. I think you'll be happy with the phone overall. It's a great phone. After 72 hours is just, it really is a really, really cool phone with some things that need to be adjusted / tweaked / fixed in the next iteration, at least in my opinion. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll see you down the road. Peace.